Welcome, family, to The Spotlight. I'm J. Anthony Smith, the travel show where we go around celebrating and honoring black men that are doing positive things in the community. Now, we've been in Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, and we've seen the sights and sounds, and we've been able to sit down and talk to some very inspirational brothers. Well, this next brother is no different. Now, in any major community, the barbershop is a mainstay for black men. It's where we can go and sit down and get a good shave or a haircut, talk about politics, religion, relationships, sports, all things that are sacred to men. Well, this next brother has taken that idea to the next level. You see, he was facing many years in prison, and due to a chance opportunity, he was able to turn his life around and become a millionaire, and he's been showing others how they can do the same. We sat down and talked to Uchendi, and Chen is going to tell us how a barbershop saved his life.
What did I do with that money when I graduated? Dr. Melissa Lyons from Tennessee State. My senior project was how to open a barber school. And I'll never forget, she said, you need to get a business and sell something that everybody wants and needs. And I'm sitting in the back of the room. First thing popped in my head was cocaine. And I'm thinking, I can't be thinking about that no more. You know cocaine, 28 grams in an ounce, a half grams, 14 grams, a quarter ounce, 7 grams, an 8 ball, 3.5. They call it 8 ball because it's 8 eighths in an ounce, a 16 sixteenths in an ounce, a quarter key, 4 quarters in a kilogram, 252 grams, 9 ounces, a half kilogram, 18 ounces, a whole kilo, 36. I can't be thinking like that. But now I graduate. I open up a beeper place. Because beepers were popping back in like 96. So they all bought the beepers. It was in South Nashville. I named it South Paging. Because the South Side, West Side, that's how they think. And I passed out the flyers. They came over there. I didn't even have a bathroom. It was an old raggedy building, probably about 200 square feet. Because when you got to go, you can't let nothing stop you. I mean, you just got to have tunnel vision. Sold all them beepers. Did good. Then the cell phone came. And I sold the Cricket. Then I ended up selling my beeper place because beepers were going to be obsolete. That's called disruption. How Uber has disrupted the taxi, how Netflix disrupted Blockbuster. That was disruption. How the DVD disrupted the VHS. See, you got to keep on moving and be thinking ahead of everybody if you're going to succeed. You know, it ain't that you so smart. It's just if you can see ahead. So did that, opened a barbershop. Then I opened a school, and I didn't know if they was going to let me open a school. And never forget, my uncle was gay, Dr. Michael Martin. He died of HIV AIDS or whatever. And his boyfriend was David L. Jackson. And when my uncle died, David, I would take him to the doctors because, you know, he would cough and was sick, and he probably had AIDS and, you know, cirrhosis of the liver, emphysema. He had a whole lot of stuff going on. But my mama taught me, no matter how down or who a person is, you treat everybody with respect like you would want to be treated. My whole family basically cut dude off, disowned him, but I would do stuff for him, and I'd give him 50 cents or $1 sometime just so he could go to the store, and I'd drive him. And do you know, in 1998, David L. Jackson died. Now, I went to his funeral, and I'm wondering, what is the preacher going to say about this man? Because it wasn't nothing good you could even say about him. I mean, nothing. Well, I went to the mailbox one day, and there was a letter that had, it was from New York Life Insurance, and it had my full name, Uchendi over DK Uwandi. So I opened this mail up, because I'm thinking, is this something from the FBI? Because don't nobody know my name. It was a life insurance policy for $50,161.03. David L. Jackson had made me the beneficiary. He changed it to me because I was the only person that cared and showed him some love. So you don't know who God will use to bless you or whatever. And that's how I got the money, along with the money that I had made from my business and saved to start that school. And then I'll never forget going before the board, because if you've been convicted of a felon, it says you may not be able to open a school. So everybody says, you can't open no school and all that. Even the people at the board, you can't do this. Well, the law says you may not that you could not. So I got in front of the board, had my suit and tie on, I graduated from college, did all that. And I never forget, they said, well, do you have anything to say? Because they judged me. And I said, he who was without sin cast the first stone. A little old white lady that was on the barber board stood up for me. And she said, I think we need to give this young man a chance. He's paid his debts to society. He's turned his life around. We need to give him a chance. It was black people in there. Yes, it was. But it wasn't like the Black Panther, Wakanda, or whatever. This little old white lady stood up. And all white people are not bad. My best friend was a white lady, Miss Velma DeMurbury, who's helped me a whole lot. So all of this racism and this and that, get that out of your head. You got bad people in every race. So get that out of your head. Now, so I got to school, had to school for years, over 19 years, graduated thousands of students. People got out of prison. My best student was a guy, William Mee. He had a life sentence and did 30 years. And he had saw me on TV. He wrote me. And I went out to the prison to visit this older man. And on his parole here, they had denied him every single time. And he asked would I come to his parole. And I did. And they were going to deny him again. And they said he does not have anywhere to stay. He's not going to have a job, any of that. And I put my suit and tie on, and I said, I have a halfway house, because I started halfway houses for men that got out of prison. He has a place to stay. Well, he doesn't have a job. Yes, ma'am, yes, sir. I'm going to hire him as the janitor to clean the school, plus he's going to be able to enroll in school. Well, he doesn't have any money to come. Yes, that's already taken care of. I have this scholarship that I'm offering him. So they granted this man parole after 30 years. To this day, Mr. Mee has gotten married. He's living a good life. He has his own barbershop. It's the year 2018 right now as I speak, and he's 70-something years old now, still cutting hair, has a beautiful wife. He comes to my house and visits me, and that's what this world is about. It's about helping people and giving back. And when he got out after 30 years, I said, well, what do you want? What would you like to eat? He said, I want to go to one of them Chinese restaurants. I used to see him on TV. Well, you know where you can eat all you want? I said, yeah. I took him there. He ate all the food that he could eat. And then I took him shopping and bought him all clothes, shoes, everything. He became the manager at the halfway house. One of my best students. Then I was in the Ebony magazine, and they had ex-convict or whatever, now success. And they had my mugshot picture, and a picture of me in a suit sitting on my mama's black Cadillac. And it went all over the world, because that's one of the largest black magazines. I got a call from T.D. Jakes, that ministry, the prison ministry, and they said, well, we want to fly you to St. Petersburg, Florida, and I want you to speak to over 20,000 men in this dome and tell them your testimony. When I got up there with Bishop T.D. Jakes, you know, he prayed for me and talked about the Ebony article. The camera zoomed in on the book and the Ebony article and that dome, and T.D. Jakes said, I want every man to stand up in here if you've been locked up in prison or if you know someone that's locked up in prison. The whole dome stood up. And that's when I did my testimony and everything, and he prayed for me, laid hands on me and all that. It's still on YouTube. So now I type that book, my life. I tell my story. I'm in my room. I locked myself in a room for a whole week, and I said, I ain't coming out till this book finished. They printed them books. They sent them up a couple of days later to UPS. They big old boxes. Me and my sister stuffed them in manila envelopes. Everybody got their books. Now I'm flying all over the country telling my story. We fast forward to now, 2013. That's when I got into digital marketing. You know, the social media was hitting big, Instagram and all that. I started selling my information online. You know, selling what I know. And the Man Weave unit came out, the men's hair replacement. You know how Steve Harvey used to wear a high top, and a lot of other people. And as you see, I got this hat. I'm bald up here. Well, while all the other barbers were standing behind a chair trying to figure out how to do these units, because the men's hair clubs, they charge $4,000 or $5,000 to do it. What do? I do it. Have my ring light recording with a cell phone, the iPhone. Put it on a platform. With Instagram, you market it to barbers, stylists. You know, TD Jakes always says, you'll win if you don't quit. You know, he said you can dig your way out of Alcatraz with a spoon if you don't quit. And you just gotta press toward the mark and never, ever give up. I don't care if you're in the point of defeat. It's like they say, if you going to fight these people and you roll up on the ship, he burned the ship right before the eyes. Quitting is not an option. One day, one instant, one thing, one person, 1 second can change your entire life, the entire dynamics. You can meet one person that God puts in your life that can turn everything around. And one mistake can change your life too.